Now this is only a couple of minutes later, since your last shot, about 5-10 minutes later. You see the fire starting to wrap around the bricks. Now I like a big flame in my stove. I'm not an efficient burner. I very rarely cut my damper back. I like to burn my box at 400, 450. So usually at this point, I'll push in my blocks a bit, and I'll add 2 more to the outside. This way I won't have to come back for a while. And this should last me at least, even these 3 blocks, I can get this type of flame for at least an hour or so. Well over an hour. And that's a damper fully opened. If I load in 2 more blocks, out of it's 3 out of 6 right there. So if I load in 5 blocks, 2 to the sides, that should really give me a nice bed to start with, to keep fuel going all night. And again, it really depends how you burn. You can get up to 8 to 10 hours on this, because these blocks are dense. It does take a while for them to burn up, where traditional logs aren't not as dense as these logs. If you space out the blocks, allowing air to travel around them, you can get a more even burn. You can pack them tight in together, which is, you really never want to pack the box filled with bricks together. You can cause yourself a whole lot of problems that way. You want airflow to move around them, and you'll get a hotter temperature doing that, allowing the air to flow around the bricks and burn evenly. That will bring you to a higher temperature versus packing them together and not having the insides burn. We'll check back with this. Okay, this is we're not too far, about 5 minutes, close to 10, from putting the other 2 bricks in. And as you can see, we still have a lot of surface burn. We haven't even fully, with the exception of in the center here where we started our coal, you see the brick starting to open up a little bit. This is still a lot of surface flame. We haven't even got to the core, and heat coming out quite a bit from here. Okay, it's 12:01. It's got about 2 degrees warmer outside. 12:02. At 12:02, this is the burn we had. Let me turn the blower off. This is what we got. We still have decent sized logs, I should say blocks. Let me back up. It's pretty warm here. As you can see, the center log, which initially was the burn log, it still has quite a bit to go to it, and the inner logs, which were holding that, still pretty burning on the surface. There go my outside. That's 4 blocks. I still have 1 more block to go. Let's see if you can see what the temperature here is. Pushing 350. And that was starting with a little bit of newspaper, not a big flame. 350 and rising. That should hit about 400 degrees soon. Ideally, you would cut your damper back here, but 1, I'd like a big flame, and 2, we're just doing a burn test here to give you an idea. So we're going to keep the damper open. Okay, we started at 10:57. We're now at 12:39, so well over an hour and a half. Box temperature actually hit a little over 400 degrees. I think we might have been even at 450. So we're sitting just under 400 degrees right now. So, but we did clear that. Just to give you an idea. We're still with a fully open damper. We got a flame going on, and we still have 1 more brick to burn. We're going to hold off on this brick. We're just going to do this test with the 5 bricks, because that's just how I lit. Let's turn the blower off. And as you can see, the main brick is still there. Now, some people might want to take the poker and bang the bricks down and kind of spread out the coal. I don't do that only because as you break the bricks up, they will burn faster. So if you leave them be and just add new bricks when needed, you get longer, hotter lasting burns. So these are our outside bricks, which were added second, still in good form. We'll talk about some heat there. We got some nice glowing red. Almost looks like lava. So that's 5 bricks, and our 2 main bricks that we started with are still holding up. And you can see how hot that is at the core of that brick there. One of the main bricks we started with. So at this point, if I wanted to maintain my temperature, I could add my 6th brick. But usually 400 degrees on your stove is a decent temperature to run at. And we'll check back. We're almost 2 hours into the burn. We'll check back. So here we are. It is 2 hours into our burn at 12:58. By the way, if you look on the floor here, you see this dark line stain? All of this dirty grout? That was water runoff from firewood that I had stored here during one of the winter storms. And wood was seasoned, but did have some snow on it. And that's what happens when water comes off of your firewood. It takes the sap or whatever residue that's in there. And this floor has been cleaned. I have to call somebody in, a professional in, to clean this. That's what happens when you bring firewood into your home. And here are my Envi blocks. 1 left. A little bit of sawdust in here. No heavy bark. No bark mess where chunks of wood or splinters sitting around on the floor. 2 hours into our burn. And our box surface temperature still over 300, starting to drop down. And let's see what we look like in here. That main block is still there. You can see how hot that is in there. We still have this block here with some flames going on it. So just going to move this around a little, just so you can see how hot we are in here. You can see how red hot that is in there. And at this point, spread even. I might put a couple more blocks in here, depending on how you want to. Sorry about that. How you want to. What you want your burn to be like, whether you like a lot of flame or whether you're an efficient burner. I am not an efficient burner. I just like an open flame at all times. So that's what you have. This concludes our Envi block burn test. It is now 1 o'clock. We started at 10:57. It's 72 degrees in here. 46, or was that 48 outside. 5 blocks burned. We still have 1 more. And don't have to leave the house. I don't have stains on my tile. Nice and easy, not a big mess, just a little wrapping to throw out. And hope this helps you guys out. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Well, before I end this video, just wanted to show you, I just threw 2 more blocks in here. And that block is a fresh block and completely ignited right away. Of course, helping to maintain my box temperature. And here goes the second block going up. Also, if you're interested, the original Envi blocks would be double the size here. So 2 of those would equal 1, and the blocks are 6 to 7 pounds. And that package would be 3 blocks per package, approximately the same size as what you see here, but it would be 3 blocks per package. And here's the second block igniting.